So it goes right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide.
Amazing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be remaking the new TikTok song by Drake, TOOSIE SLIDE. Unfortunately, due to copyright, I had to put the full finished remake in a separate video, so make sure you check the link in the description to go see that. Before I get started, don't forget to follow me on my socials at WTFKyleBeats, and I want to give a special thank you and shout out to Melodics for sponsoring this video. It's a great app that helps producers learn the MIDI keyboard, MIDI pads, and drums, and you can click the link in my description for a special deal today. And now let's jump into it. So I'm going to jump right into FL Studio 20, and immediately we're going to want to make sure we're at 163 BPM. We're going to start out with the lead synth and the melody that plays throughout the song. The first two things I'm going to grab is this breathing glass flutes out of Omnisphere, which sounds like this. And I played with the release a little bit right here, this knob, so if it's not the same as you, you'll know why. And then I'm also going to grab this green Taurus bass, which is going to add a synthy sound to the overall melody. But this is what that sounds like. So for both synths out of Omnisphere, these are the notes that you're going to play with your MIDI or you're going to pencil them in. And this is what it sounds like with no effects on them. So once we have those melodies penciled in, we're going to go to the flute Omnisphere preset and we're going to throw in an EQ to get rid of the high-end breathing noises. We're also going to throw on two transient processors to get rid of the attack of that so it plays a little bit smoother. And then for the bass one, we're going to throw in an EQ that looks like this. I'm going to turn those up a little bit too. And we'll drop it in the playlist just like that. So before I even attempted to play this melody, I had to warm up and practice my finger positioning. And the best way to learn how to use your MIDI is by downloading Melodics. Melodics is an app that teaches producers how to use their MIDI keyboard, MIDI pads, and drums. If you want to learn how to play songs like TOOSIE SLIDE on your MIDI, I recommend trying the Smog Trap lesson from Melodics, which is super helpful for learning melodies and helping you warm up before you start producing. But the app also has hundreds of other lessons across all music genres, including everything from trap to jazz. I use the desktop version of Melodics, so all I had to do was plug in my MIDI and start playing. Click the link in my description, download the Melodics app for free, and enter the promo code WTF-Kyle for access to a special deal. Alright guys, next up for this song, we're going to grab some chords and we're going to be playing this Dark Juno pad number 2 out of Omnisphere. Again, I played around with like the release knob just a little bit. It's got the Juno 60 warm strings and then the Saw Square bright synth right here. That's really like the type of synth sound you're going to be looking for. These are the notes that we're going to play without any effects on them. All right, now for this synth, we're gonna throw in a transient again, just to get rid of a little bit of the attack, make it less punchy, make it flow better. Raise this mid just because I liked it, sounded more like the song. Sound goodizer because it kind of makes it sound more like the song and everything sounds better with this. Not a pro tip. And then finally, we're gonna throw on retro color because, I don't know, I like it. And we're just gonna paste that right in as well. Next up for the song, we're going to reverse the chords that we just played, and it's going to add almost like a heartbeat to your song. So I'm going to highlight one of the patterns. I'm going to turn off this lead synth, just solo the chords, and go to export right here as wave. So we're going to load up this sample that we just saved, drag it into the playlist right here. This is what it's going to look like. It looks a little not noisy right now, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and normalize it just by clicking on this, clicking right here, and then we're going to reverse it. Now that we have it like this, we're going to chop it so we want it to be lined up perfectly with one of these bars. Right there. Grab this slicer tool at the top, and then we're going to slice it into 4 different chords, just like the song. Oops. Now that we have the 4 chords chopped and the end deleted, we're just going to reorganize it. This is going to be the first one. This is going to be the second one. This is going to be the third one. And this can be the 4th one. So just like that. This is what those chords are going to sound like. And that's exactly what we want, but we want to automate the volume a little bit so it adds more of a flow and again, that heartbeat to the song. So for this, I have them assigned to track number 8 here. I'm just going to right click on this, create automation clip, and that's going to bring up a clip like this. We just want to make sure that we're only keeping it for each chord, and then we want to make it flow. So we want to add something like this. It's like a riser almost. And then once you have this, you just want to copy and paste it for every chord. And now if we solo those chords, next up for the song, we just want to add a little bit more depth. I'm going to clone this Dark Juno pad number 2, and we're just going to play some low notes here. We're going to go from an A flat to a G flat. This is what that sounds like. And then we're just going to throw in an EQ doing nothing. So we're going to take off the EQ. Now, this is what we got so far for the song. This is going to loop throughout the entire song. All right, now that we got our chords and our synths all set, I'm gonna start out with the hi-hats. For this song, I'm just grabbing this Lex hat number 1 that I got. This is the pattern that we're gonna play with a hi-hat. The end here, we're gonna play like a little 6-tuplet, but it's gonna go from fast to longer as it plays, and that's gonna add a lot more balance and texture to the song. It's gonna sound way cooler than normal 6-tuplets. For these hi-hats, we're gonna raise the highs, this treble just a little bit, because it sounds a little bit more metallic in the song. And then sausage fattener to add some thickness to it, because why not? The song has like a really rough mix and master to it, so that's why sausage fattener helps out a little bit. For these hats, we're gonna start on bar number 9 here, because we're gonna leave room for that intro, and just copy and paste. Next up for the drums, we got a snare. I'm grabbing this trunk snare, which is like a classic. That's what it sounds like. I'm gonna really shorten it up. I'm gonna put it in an envelope and turn this whole decay, all these knobs down pretty much all the way. And then it's gonna leave us with this sound. And for that, all we're going to throw on a sausage fattener, again, gives it a rough sounding mix. And these are the notes that we're going to play with the snare. We're playing beat number 3 and then 4 and every 2 bars. Now that we got something resembling an intro right here in the music video that he has, there's like a lot of white noise in the beginning of the song. So I'm adding on RC20 retro color right here, turning up this noise. And then I'm going to automate this knob right here, right click, create automation clip right there. And that's going to load up track number 8 in our playlist. And I'm going to have it decay into bar 4. So this white noise is really going to be present in the beginning of the song and then immediately go away. And you'll notice it more once I add other things on top of it. The last sound for this song that we're using is the 808. I'm grabbing this 808-3, which is out of a future song. Once you load this 808 up, you're going to want to cut self right here. And then the out knob's going to look like this. It's got a really long tail to it. I'm just going to turn it up to about here. It's going to make it bouncier and it's going to make it decay quicker. Now, this is the pattern that we're playing with the 808. The only difference between the first 8 bars and the second 8 bars is in bar number 16, you're not playing this second G sharp right here. You're only going to play the first one. And then for this 808, again, sausage fattener, it's going to make it really thick and add a lot of bounce to the song. And this is what the song is missing. This is going to make it sound like the Drake TOOSIE slide. We're just going to paste that right in the playlist with the hats, snare, and everything else. Here's a sneak peek of the full finished beat. Alright guys, that's everything you need to do to recreate this beat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to see the full finished remake in my other video, link in the description. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, which song should I do next. Follow me on social media at WTFKyleBeats, and I'll see you guys next time.